Hi everyone, my name is Cookie. I am going to be new to this platform, teaching about something I've struggled with forever. This channel is mostly going to be targeting diabetes. Whether you struggle with it or not, whether you have it or not, you know someone that has it, this is the place for you. This is going to be pretty exciting. We're going to learn together, we're going to research together, and it's just going to be a process. I'm not a professional. I'm researching just like you are. We're in this together. If you want to provide me with more information, perfect. I'm going to provide you with information that I've researched. Usually I find my information in books. I feel like books are more reliable than the internet. That's just me. A little backstory about me. So I am now 24. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes at the age of 17 and was later diagnosed maybe 2019, 2020 with type 1. So what happened was it was Christmas. I never celebrated Christmas until 2017. I was celebrating Christmas with some friends and I had too much cake to eat that day, and I went to the bathroom, passed out in the bathroom, had to get my parents to come pick me up from my friend's house. They rushed me to the hospital. It was horrible. It was a horrible night, a night I'll probably never forget. I won't get too far into it because this is just the first video. But they told me I had type 2 diabetes. And for the longest, for those next 2-3 years, I was taking metformin, Jardiance, Victoza, anything that you've seen on a commercial about them happy ass families with type 2 diabetes, I was taking it. All the side effects that they mention at the end, that they whisper with the happy couple and the kids on the playground, I went through all of that. So I was misdiagnosed at the age of 17 as a type 2 diabetic. I lost an insane amount of weight, ended up going into DKA, which I'll discuss about later, ended up being in ICU. It was a mess. It was a mess. But that's why I want to bring awareness to diabetes, because there's so much gray area when it comes to type 1s and type 2s. We're not the same, sis. And I feel like that needs to be addressed. So that's what this channel is about. Hopefully you guys stick around and learn. You may be asking, what the fuck is diabetes? What exactly is diabetes? I know the first thought that people get when they hear diabetes is old people. I'm only 24 and I've had it since I was 17. And when I was 17, there wasn't much information out about diabetes. So that is why I am creating this segment. Diabetes is different for everyone, but it's basically when the body the pancreas just doesn't want to work anymore. There are 2 types of diabetes, but then there's also other types of diabetes that will fall under that. Diabetes is labeled as a disease or a long-lasting chronic condition. And whether you're type 1 or type 2 determines a lot. As a type 1 diabetic, your pancreas is making little to no insulin at all. Type 1 is also labeled as like an autoimmune reaction where the body is attacking itself on accident. This stops our body from making insulin, from producing insulin. There's currently no cure for type 1 diabetes. There's no cure for diabetes, period. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna find us one. Now you will hear the terms of people reversing diabetes. That's different. Weight loss, exercise, diet changes, working out, keeping yourself active, just things like that will help reverse diabetes. I don't think it necessarily reverses it. I think it maybe puts it in like a remission. This is only for type 2s, by the way. Type 1s are so once you're a type 1, you're stuck. There is no changing that, okay? We're stuck. For a type 2 diabetic, the body's making insulin, it's just not making enough. There's also diabetes for pregnant women, gestational diabetes, which we'll get into later. Let's talk numbers, okay? Let's talk numbers, because I feel like once I put these numbers on you, you'll see how big this really is. So according to the CDC, there are 38.4 million people with diabetes. That is the fucking population of California, if not more, maybe less. But it's around the population of California. So 1 out of 5 people don't even know they have diabetes. 1 out of 5 people don't even know they have diabetes. The 8th leading cause of death. 8th leading cause of death, diabetes. So this is not a joke. This is a serious condition. And a lot of people don't even know they have it. That's why it's so important, whether it's infections, viruses, bacterial things, sexual things, get tested. It's always so important to get tested. You never know what you have. Sometimes these symptoms can lie so dormant in our system and they never come up. They never show up. I'll do symptoms on the next video, so you can check off that list if you haven't. Especially if you have people in your family, like your dad has diabetes, your grandmother, whether it's paternal grandmother or maternal grandmother, your grandfather. If someone before you had diabetes, especially type 1, get tested. This is not a fun condition to live with. I haven't met not one person, and I'm pretty sure they're out there, don't get me wrong. I haven't met not one person that was like, bitch, I love my diabetes. I haven't met not one. And we're happy people, you know, we're happy people. But not because of the sugar in my damn body. Not because my pancreas don't work. So our body breaks down a lot of the food we eat as glucose or sugar. Then it puts it into our bloodstream. So when our sugar rises, our pancreas is supposed to produce insulin to let that sugar know where to go, if that makes sense. The insulin acts as a gatekeeper to let the other cells know in our body know that it's okay to let this sugar in. This sugar's okay. But as a type 1, our pancreas ain't doing a fuck thing. Our pancreas ain't doing nothing. But as a type 2, it's trying. Does that make sense? It's trying. As a type 2 diabetic, it needs your help to produce that insulin. No one really knows where diabetes comes from, but it's not helpful when you're overweight. Your eating habits are disgusting. You're not taking care of yourself physically. It happens. But this is going to be all about diabetes. So excited to learn more. I found some herbal remedies for some of the symptoms that we go through. I found some types of fruits, vegetables that help with diabetes. And then I learned about cornstarch. Why no one told me about cornstarch? Beyond me. But we'll talk about that in other videos. Right now it was just an introduction video so you can get to know me. And I could tell you why I'm here. You decide if you want to stay along and listen, or if you want to go. I love you either way. Thanks for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed this insightful reading about diabetes. I hope you don't have it, but if you do, I love you, sugar.